Newcastle United's future is about to look very different. So from Keith Downie revealing the massive potential Woltemade exit, to a huge update regarding Eddie Howe's future amid Manchester United and Tottenham interest, to the exciting defensive target Newcastle United are working to sign, we'll also reveal the massive injury return. Join us as we'll break it all down.
Let's go!
So starting off, Eddie Howe has made it crystal clear that he has no interest in managing any club other than Newcastle United, despite ongoing speculation about his future. Recent discussions had linked him with several high-profile roles, particularly after the England job became unavailable following Thomas Tuchel's commitment to the national team until 2028. This led to rumours connecting Howe with the Tottenham Hotspur position, where Igor Tudor is only expected to remain in charge until the end of the season, while uncertainty at Manchester United regarding Michael Carrick's future also reportedly placed Howe on the club's radar. However, speaking exclusively to Chronicle Live from Baku, Howe firmly dismissed the speculation, emphasizing that he views Newcastle United as a long-term and exciting project. He reiterated that his feelings have remained unchanged since he previously declared in October that he was fully committed to the club. Howe explained that his happiness is closely tied to the progress of the team, stressing the importance of maintaining a positive environment, continuous improvement, and strong performances from the players each week. He highlighted that the players remain the most important aspect of the club's success, focusing on how they perform and how they feel within the team. "I'm still in it for the long haul," he said. "All of those things haven't changed for me. There's got to be a good feeling. There's got to be the team moving forward. There's got to be the players playing for us and showing that every week. They're always the most important people, the players, and how they feel and how they play. Me, personally, I'm really happy as long as the team's playing well." Ultimately, he made it clear that as long as the team continues to play well and move forward, he remains fully content with his role at Newcastle United. In fact, Eddie Howe continues to earn praise for his ability to develop players, with Anthony Elanga recently highlighting the major impact the Newcastle United head coach has already had on his game. The Swedish international spoke openly about Howe's influence, explaining that the manager has helped improve multiple areas of his performance and that he still believes there is much more to come. Elanga admitted that he is still at the beginning of his development under Howe's guidance and is focused on consistency and steady progress. He emphasized the importance of staying patient, remaining committed, and continuing to deliver performances based on the work he and the coaching staff discuss behind the scenes. "He's helped me so much from each and every single area of my game, and I'm still at just the beginning. I won't say I'm where I want to be just yet. Right now I'm just focusing on football and consistency and trying to build game by game. I'm just going to stay patient and stay committed and show my performance at what we've been talking about." His comments reflect the strong reputation Howe has built in England for nurturing and improving players. The winger also expressed confidence that he can reach new levels at Newcastle following a noticeable improvement in his performances in recent weeks. Elanga joined the club in a big money move from Nottingham Forest during the summer transfer window and was expected to solve Newcastle's long-standing issues on the right wing. However, his start at St James's Park was challenging, with his first assist for the club not arriving until November. Earlier this month, he scored his first goal for Newcastle during the second leg of the Carabao Cup semi-final at the Etihad Stadium. Although the team trailed heavily on aggregate at the time, his performance demonstrated the attacking threat he can provide when at his best. Strong displays in subsequent matches at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium and Villa Park have further suggested that the former Manchester United player is beginning to find his rhythm. Elanga explained that his slow start was part of a natural adaptation period that often follows a transfer. He noted that adjusting to a new club involves understanding different playing styles, building relationships with teammates, and adapting to new tactical demands. According to the winger, he is now seeing clear signs of progress and continues to learn every day in training and matches. He reiterated that his main focus is understanding how the team plays, developing patience on the pitch, and improving in every aspect of his game. Having previously played under different managers and systems, Elanga believes that adapting to Newcastle's style is essential, and that consistent performances will ultimately speak for themselves. The 23-year-old also expressed gratitude to Newcastle supporters for their encouragement during what he described as a difficult start to life at the club. He praised the fan base, calling them the best in the world, and highlighted how their support has boosted his confidence. Elanga said hearing supporters chant his name at St James's Park has been a special experience and motivates him to give his best whenever he steps onto the pitch. Despite recording 17 Premier League goal contributions last season, a key reason Newcastle pursued him, Elanga initially struggled to replicate that level of output. He has yet to score a Premier League goal for the club and has at times found it difficult to secure a regular starting position, with confidence appearing to play a role in his early struggles. However, supporters have noticed clear improvement in recent weeks, particularly following his goal against Manchester City in the Carabao Cup. A significant moment of encouragement also came during Newcastle's 3-0 win over PSV Eindhoven, when fans loudly chanted his name in support, signaling their belief in his potential. Looking ahead, Elanga will be eager to build on this momentum as Newcastle face a demanding run of fixtures, including a Premier League clash at the Etihad Stadium and a two-legged tie against Qarabağ. With Yohan Wissa sidelined through injury, Howe has fewer attacking options available, potentially providing Elanga with an opportunity to secure more playing time and establish himself in the starting lineup. Then, in some injury news, Newcastle United have received a major boost on the injury front after head coach Eddie Howe provided an important update on the fitness of Bruno Guimaraes and Lewis Miley ahead of a crucial run of fixtures. Both midfielders missed Newcastle's win at Aston Villa, dealing a significant blow to Howe's squad. Miley has not featured for the Magpies since their Champions League clash away at Paris Saint-Germain in January, while Guimaraes returned briefly after recovering from an ankle injury before suffering a muscle problem in the closing stages of Newcastle's victory over Tottenham Hotspur last week. Losing both players simultaneously has been challenging for Newcastle, but Howe delivered encouraging news regarding Miley's recovery. Speaking ahead of the club's clash with Qarabağ FK, the manager confirmed the teenager is making strong progress after suffering a severe dead leg that caused muscle disruption. After undergoing several scans, Miley's injury appears to be healing well, and once the muscle has fully recovered, Newcastle expect to accelerate his return to action. Guimaraes, however, faces a longer spell on the sidelines. The Brazilian midfielder is expected to miss Newcastle's next 8 matches, with that number potentially rising to 10 should the club progress past Qarabağ over 2 legs. His absence represents a major setback given his importance to the team's midfield and leadership. As part of his recovery plan, Guimaraes has traveled to Brazil to begin the early stages of his rehabilitation in consultation with Newcastle's medical staff and the Brazil national football team. Howe explained that the decision would allow the player to focus on recovery, while also benefiting mentally before returning to Tyneside to complete the final 4 weeks of his rehabilitation program. The midfielder, who previously played for Olympique Lyonnais, is expected to return refreshed and ready to resume full training once his recovery is complete. Newcastle's struggles without their captain have been well documented. Since Guimaraes made his full debut for the club in February 2022, the Magpies have failed to win a Premier League match in his absence, a run that currently stands at 12 games. Although they have managed cup victories against Arsenal in January 2025 and Aston Villa more recently, his influence in league matches remains undeniable. The injury concerns do not end there, as Howe also confirmed a major setback for Emil Kraft. The defender has undergone knee surgery after initially picking up the problem while on international duty. Despite hopes that he could recover without an operation, it became clear during training that he would not reach the required fitness levels, forcing medical staff to recommend surgical intervention. As a result, Kraft is now expected to miss the remainder of the season, further reducing Newcastle's defensive options. However, in midfield, Joelinton has returned, as Eddie Howe said. He's back in the squad, which is a great boost for us. He's such an important player and a big presence in our squad. A real leader. He trained well yesterday and felt really good. So delighted with his return. While his return and Miley's progress offers optimism, Guimaraes' absence and Kraft's season-ending injury present significant challenges for Howe as Newcastle navigate a demanding schedule in the weeks ahead. Then in some transfer news, Manchester City are reportedly preparing a strong move to sign Tino Livramento in the summer transfer window, placing Newcastle United under pressure to secure the fullback's long-term future. Newcastle are keen to tie the England international down to a new extended contract, but sources suggest the defender is in no rush to commit his future to the club. Livramento is currently sidelined with a hamstring injury, adding further uncertainty to his situation as interest from the Premier League champions intensifies. At the same time, Newcastle is making contingencies and are joined by Manchester United in both targeting defensive reinforcements ahead of the new season, with Bundesliga standout Julian Ryerson emerging as a key option. The Norwegian international has attracted strong interest from both clubs, who are eager to strengthen their right-back options, while FC Barcelona are also reportedly monitoring his situation. Ryerson, who currently plays for Borussia Dortmund, is under contract until 2028, but the upcoming summer could mark a new chapter in his career as several top clubs compete for his signature. Reports indicate that both Manchester United and Newcastle are seriously interested, with his performances in Germany making him increasingly sought after with each passing game. The 28-year-old has earned recognition not only for his defensive reliability, but also for his attacking output. Dubbed the Assist King, Ryerson has recorded 13 assists across all competitions this season, highlighting his effectiveness going forward. His consistency has also been remarkable, having missed just 2 Bundesliga matches throughout the campaign. Borussia Dortmund's strong league form, remaining unbeaten since October, has coincided with Ryerson's impressive performances, including 6 assists in his last 3 appearances. Another major factor attracting Premier League interest is his versatility. Although naturally a right-back, Ryerson is capable of playing centrally in defense or operating on the left, making him a valuable tactical option. He has been praised for his physicality, work rate, and relentless approach on the pitch, often described as a robust and committed player who pushes himself to the limit in every match. Financially, the deal could also prove appealing. Ryerson is reportedly valued at around €20 million, £17 million, a relatively affordable fee by Premier League standards. With many top defensive targets commanding significantly higher transfer fees, the opportunity to sign an experienced, versatile, and in-form full-back at that price is likely to attract serious competition this summer. Then, in a massive report regarding Woltemade's future, Bayern Munich's admiration for Nick Woltemade has not faded, even long after his move to Newcastle United. According to German transfer expert Christian Falk, a return to the Bundesliga is currently unlikely for the former VfB Stuttgart striker, although an early exit from the Premier League this summer cannot be completely ruled out after just 1 season in England. Woltemade has recorded 10 goals and 4 assists in 40 appearances for Newcastle this term, but Bayern still appear to believe that the German forward could one day wear the famous red of Munich. The Bundesliga giants showed serious intent during the previous summer transfer window, even submitting a €60 million, £52.2 million bid for the striker, as Bayern Insider reported at the time. Despite their continued admiration, however, a move is considered unlikely, unless the right circumstances arise. Falk explained that Bayern's interest remains genuine, stating that when a club has clear admiration for a player, it is natural to keep monitoring their situation. Both Bayern and Woltemade are aware that their paths could cross again in the future, but this summer may come too soon, particularly as Bayern are not prepared to meet Newcastle's current valuation. There is also speculation that Newcastle could lower their asking price, especially given the striker's limited playing time under Eddie Howe. Football can be unpredictable, particularly for players adapting to life in the Premier League, and fortunes can change quickly. Woltemade initially made an explosive start to his Newcastle career, scoring 4 goals in his first 5 league appearances and quickly impressing supporters at St James's Park. However, his form dipped significantly after the Fulham match, with the forward managing just 5 goal contributions in 18 league games. This decline has led to a reduction in his playing minutes in recent months. Falk also noted that a return to form could easily alter perceptions at Newcastle. If Woltemade begins to receive more game time and finds consistency in front of goal, his situation could improve rapidly. Nevertheless, uncertainty remains over his future, and if circumstances do not change, the door could open for a potential transfer this summer. While it is unclear whether Bayern Munich would actively pursue him again, any move would ultimately depend on the transfer fee and market conditions. Reports from the BBC have further suggested that Woltemade is unhappy with his current situation at Newcastle and could push for an exit at the end of the season. Bayern Munich, who previously attempted to sign the towering striker, have been mentioned as a possible destination, while the player is also believed to be open to a return to Stuttgart. However, speculation surrounding Woltemade's future intensified after reflecting the comments from Sky Sports reporter Keith Downie. Speaking on his YouTube channel, Downie had suggested that Newcastle could be willing to listen to offers if the right bid arrives during the summer transfer window. With Will Osula expected to leave the club and Yoane Wissa yet to replicate the form he showed at Brentford, pressure has increased on Woltemade to deliver consistently. This is a significant challenge for a player who only recently arrived from Germany and is still adjusting to a system that may not fully suit his strengths. While acknowledging Woltemade's quality and potential, he suggested that the forward may not possess the attributes required for Newcastle's style of play. He also indicated that there is uncertainty over whether Woltemade will remain at the club next season, adding that if Newcastle were offered a fee close to what they originally paid, they could consider selling him. "I'm not sure if Nick Woltemade was good value at £69 million. He looks a good player, looks like he's got real assets. Does he have the assets that Newcastle need in the way they play? No. So I feel, and I've said this a couple of times in the channel, that signing was probably a mistake as well," Downie said. Will Nick Woltemade be a Newcastle player next season? I would suggest there's a question mark over that. I think if someone came in and offered the club, close to what they paid for him, I think it's a chance Woltemade could go in the summer. With multiple reliable sources backing these claims, Woltemade's future at Newcastle is now a situation worth monitoring closely as the summer transfer window approaches. But tell me, would you be interested in letting Nick Woltemade go, and if so, at what price? And then finally, in an exciting development, if you would want to know the insane Sandro Tonali step up, click the video link on screen now.